Boom! What's up, guys? It's your boy Nolan Hawkeye Anthony here. I hope y'all are having a fantastic week wherever you may be, however you may be listening. I know the Iowa Hawkeyes are in both basketball and football, specifically football, in this video, as the Iowa Hawkeyes landed a commitment from linebacker Jayden Montgomery, a legacy recruit. His dad played at Iowa, a big deal. Before I go any further, I want to mention going to 247hawkeye.com. Also, listen to the NHA Podcast. The link is in the description. Also, give me a follow on Twitter at 247hawkeye. All right. This is a big deal for the Hawkeyes in multiple aspects, and I will give you guys my analysis, of course. Number one, he's a legacy recruit, and that is a big deal. You know, I think some people think, it's not a big deal. It is, because at the end of the day, there's a reason you see that a guy whose dad, and mom were Division I athletes, and then they're a Division I athlete. It's because it runs in the genetics. It runs through. Not only that, but especially Montgomery, it's obvious he comes from a great family. And that you want to know those type of things when you are going through the recruiting process. As many of you guys know, I play Division I water polo. However, I do remember in the basketball recruiting process, there would be coaches all the time who would talk about how things like your grades and being a good guy and a good teammate mattered a lot. And I used to think to myself, maybe they do, but it's, but mostly it's about talent. Yeah, for the most part it is. But let me tell you, teams like Iowa will always take a well-rounded guy who you can help him elevate his game, but he has all those other things taken care of. They will always take that guy because it's good to have good people in your program. Now, that's not taking anything from Jay Montgomery. He is super, super talented. I fully expect him to rise up the recruiting rankings. Now, am I stuck on the recruiting rankings? No, I'm not. I'm going to look at his film and check it out for myself. It is also important to note that he came out of the state of Wisconsin when Tim Polasek first came out. When Tim Polasek first started to recruit the state of Wisconsin, I thought it was a fruitless exercise, and that turned out to be incorrect on my part. Iowa has landed Henry Gile. That didn't work out, but it's still a good commit out of Bayport, which is where Jayden Montgomery plays football. Jack Plum, Cody Ince, both those guys will be starters on the offensive line more than likely. Torrin Young, a fantastic role player at running back, which you do need on teams. You need role players. And let me see here. Jack Dotzler as well, and Jayden Montgomery, both in this class, two guys out of the state of Wisconsin. I fully expect Iowa. I'm going to see if I can pull it up here. I fully expect Iowa to land another kid out of the state of Wisconsin in this recruiting class. Totaling that to three guys. I fully expect it, but this is a massive get for the Hawkeyes. Now, on the talent front, I do have Jayden's testing numbers. He sent it to me. Jayden, thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it. You're a good guy for doing that. I originally recorded this video without the numbers, and one of the things that jumped out to me was his explosiveness. And I was somewhat skeptical because I don't know the talent level in Wisconsin. That's not me saying that it's low. It's just I don't know. I only know the talent level in California. I only know the divisions in the state of California. For example, the bigger schools population-wise are Division I, and then it goes backwards 2, 3. My high school had 2,000 kids, or excuse me, 1,700 kids, and it was a Division II school. So that's how it goes in California. I don't know how it goes in the state of Wisconsin. So I can't say. By the way, the player that I expect Iowa to land in Wisconsin is a tight end His name is Andrew Keller. Now back to Montgomery. Either way, this kid's explosiveness was off the chart in the video. And speaking of which, let's take a look at some of his numbers and compare it to NFL combine, future NFL draft picks at the position of linebacker, but at the time, NFL draft invitees or participants at the time. Let's take a look at his numbers, shall we? All right. Let's see here. I believe the 4.38 that you see is his 20-yard split. That's what I think that is. I'm not sure, as I cannot see for this FRCC first team all conf. I cannot see for sure. His 40-yard dash, he ran a 4.77. Now, this is no doubt a very strong number, okay? Guys, at the combine, let's see if we can pull it up here. Guys at the combine, getting anywhere, put it into perspective, I believe TJ Hawkinson, which, at the tight end position, NFL draft, combine, linebacker, testing results. I do believe that he ran a 4.82, and tight end is the position that tight ends and running backs is the position that linebackers go up against. And for me, the number one thing that you're looking for in a guy outside of the intangibles is his explosiveness. So you're looking for a good 40-yard dash. You're also looking for a strong vertical leap and broad jump. You want to see those fast twitch muscles, and you want to see it on the testing results. In my opinion, it is a huge deal. Okay. Here are the testing numbers I believe this is the 2020 NFL draft combine for the linebackers. Let's check it out. Okay. A lot of these guys you'll see, Patrick Queen of LSU checked in at 6 foot, 6 foot 2 2/8, and checks in at 229 pounds. Listen, the playing weight, I think at linebacker, you need to be about 230. I don't think it matters completely past that. I think it's more so what you're comfortable with. And right now he's about 215 pounds, but so that's where it is. More so what I am interested in. So I am interested in the height. Okay. We see here that, the linebacker position is kind of all over the place. You see a guy that's 6 foot, 6'2", 6'1", 6'2". So in my eyes, and especially because he's still only he's going into his senior year, I think it is completely possible for Mr. Montgomery to get to 6'1". I can't say for sure, but that's what I think. Here's the 40-yard dash. Okay. 4.39, 4.46, 4.5, 4.51, 4.51, 4.52, 4.54, 4.57, 4.58, and 4.59. Okay. All of those times are good times. Nick Neiman ran a low 4.4, massive time. In what I have seen in the film for Mr. Montgomery, I fully believe he can get to 4.5, maybe lower. What Iowa can do with strength and conditioning is huge. It is huge how important it is. Right now, as I said before, as we looked at this, He runs a 4.7, which that, again, folks, he's only a junior. He will get faster before he enters college. I expect him to be running a 4.6 by the time he enters college. Okay. So as you can see here, Jayden Montgomery runs a 4.77. And again, Jayden, thank you for sending me the results. I appreciate that. Good looking, bruh. 4.77. That's a good time. Again, he is going into his senior year. He will get faster. I was happily pleased to see that he ran a low 4.8. I'll also say this. He could have, folks, how many times in 40-yard dashes do you see, Amir Smith-Marset, that dude's a 4.3 guy, but he ran a 4.4. You can have an off day. Now it's possible this was a good day for Jayden Montgomery, but it's equally possible this was a bad day. Okay. Like I said, I fully expect him to be running at minimum high 4.6s, low 4.7s by the time he is getting into college. And I will say at 5'11", and he knows this, he's going to have to work on two things to compensate for the lack of height. Number one, his speed, and two, his agility / coverage skills. And he knows that, and he's going to work on that. I fully expect him to be in the high 4.6s, maybe even low 4.6s by the time he gets into his first year of college. He jumped a 105 in the broad jump. Okay. And thank God I found a better visual here. That's fantastic. So I can go back and forth. As you can see, okay, you have a guy who ran a 4.67. Zach Bond ran a 4.65. Now, these guys are heavier than Jayden Montgomery, but we have seen time and time again that gaining weight does not equal being slower. In fact, most of the time it equals being more explosive and faster. Okay. He would have been faster than this guy from Auburn, Nick Coe, and Michael Divinity out of LSU. He would have beat him. Now the broad jump, let's see here. He jumped a 105. And as we can see here, 119, I think it's inches. Yeah, it's inches. Come on, Nolan. 115, 120, 121, 121. Guys, these are grown man numbers, okay? Broad jump is an excellent indicator for explosiveness. And I don't expect for a junior in high school to be jumping 121 inches, okay? And quite frankly, folks, the difference between the guys that Iowa gets and some other places is Iowa is okay with taking a guy that they see has the tools, but they can elevate him and make him that much better. They have no problem with that. Now, what I liked is the vertical leap. As you can see here, he had a 30.2-inch vertical, and that was probably my favorite number that I saw from him. That means he's very explosive. I'm sure he'll be able to get that up to about, anywhere from 33 to 36 inches. That wouldn't shock me. Hell, he could get up to 40. I wouldn't be surprised. There's still so much room left for this kid to grow. And as you can see here, looking at these numbers, there were guys, he would have been competitive. He would have jumped better compared to this guy from Kansas, this guy from Wake Forest. The 30-inch would have been near the bottom, but it would have been competitive. So those are more than acceptable numbers in my eyes, and I was happy to see those. Now, let's check out some of his film. Now, as we check out this film, I do want to say that the number that I saw that I was curious about, by the way, I said I thought he was 205 pounds. on his huddle thing, which they put out themselves, the family, this first team let's see here. He had 80 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. This first team all FRCC. One of the numbers that I was interested in from his testing results, I thought it was a 10-yard split, but it turned out to be his shuttle.